found out I was pregnant and I knew I wanted to give my child a better life than I had, and that's one thing I wasn't educated on. And once I started educating myself on breastfeeding, I was like, I need to do this, especially when you go deep into history and everything like that. It's like, oh yeah, I would definitely honor the ancestors if I could at least try. So I put my big girl panties on and made that decision and went for it. I'm actually a first generation breastfeeder, and I can say it was a task, because being first generation, middle of COVID, whipping out a boob saying I'm feeding baby and they're gonna be okay. Oh yeah, the family was like, girl, we don't do that. And I was like, y'all, yes we do. Once I started educating people, just so I could feel comfortable in those settings, everybody was just like, I need to try that if I ever have a child again. So I just took pride in it. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna breastfeed all the time. The most challenging thing is the misinformation surrounded about breastfeeding, and then also being able to be comfortable breastfeeding your baby. Because being a first time mom, it's very scary going out in the public. So I can tell y'all the first hurdle I experienced, besides the engorgement and everything like that, once you get past that part, it's going out in public and your baby is crying and you're not just whipping out a bottle. You have to have your cover and everything like that. So if you were in a rush and didn't have your cover, you still have to be comfortable feeding your baby. And that was my thing, being comfortable, because I knew it was a lot of misinformation and misconceptions about breastfeeding. I was so embarrassed at first, but once I took pride in my decision, it was just like, oh, okay, I could do this. People are gonna look strange, but all I have to say is the baby's eating. My baby's eating, and some people didn't see it right then, but a lot of people long term, they saw it. It was just like, you never had your baby down. Y'all been out since COVID has happened. How are you doing that? And I'm just like, oh, we breastfed over here. Even if we had a little sniffle, pink eye, anything like that, breast milk. Breast milk. I never had to go to the pharmacy. But that's just educating yourself and taking pride in your decision. I think that was the biggest challenge for me, is actually accepting, okay, this is what I chose to do. Everybody don't do it, so how can I be okay with doing it in a room full of bottle-fed babies? And it made a difference for me and my confidence in parenting, because, like I said, we skipped a lot of the minor, or should I say the early on sicknesses that babies catch when they go out. Even starting daycare, we didn't have those problems. I pumped, I sent milk to school, I took pride in it. I loved it though, I still do. The bonding experience is amazing. I cannot stress that enough. And then it also encouraged me. I feel like knowing the different things that could affect my supply helped me avoid postpartum depression in a lot of ways. And I'm gonna say some forms, or sometimes you still experience those moments, but all in all, you know you want to get out and get that sun, eat a lot more, because you know at the end of the day you gotta feed a baby. So I feel like it helped me a lot more in that aspect as well. And then it also gave me a village that I never knew I would have, because it's a very small community of breastfeeding moms. So it's like, who do I turn to if I'm struggling? I found a social media group for breastfeeding moms that look like me. And we meet up once a month. We try to keep everybody encouraged, just be that support. So it helped me in more ways, I think, than it helped the kids. But I can say the bonding experience with my kids, and like I said, with the sicknesses, my kids could depend on me to make sure they were okay, versus going to a healthcare facility where they could catch something else or anything like that. I just feel like it gave me a lot to be thankful for as well, because educating myself on it, you learn about how we were able to provide milk to plenty of babies of many ethnicities back in the past. And it just made me feel grateful. So when I'm in my support group, if someone is stressing and can't supply themselves, we were able to, hey, we have an oversupply. We can help you out this week. And it just lets me know there's a small community of people that can bond like that, when right now the climate of culture is really tough. So it helped me a lot. I can't stress that enough. Some of the advices I would give, the first, I would say most important, a little goes a long way. Your first breastfeeding experiences, you're going to be putting out colostrum. It's very little, and you're like, my baby's not eating enough, but it's the most nutritious pieces of milk that's going to come out of you. So when you go into pumping and things like that, and you're visibly seeing what you're outputting, always know a little goes a long way. Your baby will definitely let you know if it's not enough, but it's always enough. They're going to always want to be on you. That's one of my I feel like best pieces of advice, because a lot of us get hooked on what we see coming out versus what we would make in a bottle. Something else, you always have a support system, even if it's not people that did your 9 months with you. Somebody somewhere is educated enough to be able to help you through whatever you're going through, so don't ever feel like you're doing it alone. Be proud to feed your baby, cover or not. A fed baby is a happy baby, is a healthy baby. So feed your baby. And educate somebody else once you're educating yourself, and take pride in your decision to breastfeed. Some people may not understand, some people may not agree, some people may not have the same journey or experience you will have, but all in all, it's an amazing journey. Just like the pregnancy, you had good moments, bad moments, but overall you had a beautiful baby come from it. So just give it a try. I promise it's gonna be a good experience. It may hurt, but it's a beautiful result.